Welcome back to the show. Now, it's an easy trap, isn't it, to fall into, finding yourself a victim of endless scrolling, stuck in a social media spider's web.
So what can you do about that kind of addiction? Technology expert Dr. Joanne Orlando joins us now with more. Doctor, nice to see you.
Hello.
We don't have a problem with social media. I don't know what you're talking about.
No, our phone habits have absolutely gone through the roof. So now we spend an average of around 5.5 hours per day on our phone.
A day?
Younger age groups, as you'd imagine, more. They're sitting around the 7.5 hours, but older age groups, someone like my age, around 6.5 hours.
Catching
so the
up.
age groups are pretty much evening out now.
Okay, what makes the app, an app addictive to people?
Well, the most addictive app in the world is Facebook, and there's so many things you can do on there. That's one of the reasons. But an app is addictive if the content is refreshable. So, you flick your screen, you get brand new content, and the content is, well, you never know what you're going to get. So those two strategies make it really addictable. Yeah.
So you've got the 5 most used apps there on the screen. Because that's it, right? Like, you can just jump on, like Instagram would be the one out of those that I would spend most time on. And you jump on and all of a sudden you've lost an hour of your day. How can you stop yourself doing that? What do you mean?
Well, what are you looking at on your Instagram?
Oh, what am I looking at? Anything, doesn't matter. Sometimes I'm not even sure. I'm not even really looking. It's just, it's mind-numbingly
That's right.
interesting.
And that's how it works, isn't it? So
I'm not alone here.
No, you're definitely not alone. Probably most of Australia is with you. So think of your app like a little business that's on your phone. So you have about 50 businesses on your phone. And like any business, they try to keep you on. So they use algorithms, which you've probably heard of, and then they use these things called dark patterns, which are kind of like sneaky patterns they build into the design.
What do you mean? You're going to need
on.
to talk to us about that.
All right, so an example. So one of the things that we as humans really respond to is something that's unpredictable, like a surprise. We love them. So they build in dark patterns around this unpredictability. So, for example, say you put up a post for Mother's Day yesterday and no one liked it for ages, or maybe one person liked it. So you go on, keep checking, what's everyone doing? Why isn't anyone liking my post? Go back on, refresh, and then all of a sudden you'll get a burst of likes. So that's a dark pattern of unpredictability. You know someone's going to like it sooner or later, but you just don't know when. So that's a really popular feature with apps. And
so
dating
controlling.
But do people do that? I mean, generally speaking, if I'd post and run. You know what I mean? And then, because I want to be part of, like, showing people what I do, but I don't want to stick around and see how many people like it or dislike it. And I certainly don't want to see what people are saying after a political interview.
No,
because it's just bad for you.
Well, this predictability dark strategy works very well on some people, but they have hundreds of dark strategies. So the algorithms know which ones work for you.
Right.
So the algorithms kick in on your particular version of your app on your phone.
So what can we do about it? I mean, have you got any advice on how we can break those habits?
Yeah, so 3 different kind of tips. One is often we're on a phone and we don't even know we're refreshing, just like you said, refresh. You're sitting in front of the TV, you got your phone there, but really you're on there for hours just refreshing. So part of that is a habit that you've fallen into that you don't even realise you're doing. So you need to start to take aware of what you're doing. The kinds of patterns that you're falling into when you're reaching for your phone and where you are. So that's one thing. And if you're in front of the TV every night, scrolling and watching TV, then like any kind of habit that you're trying to break, just help yourself plan ahead. What are you going to do? Are you going to put your phone somewhere else? Are you going to put it in the car for an hour? And I think these small kind of changes, I call it a nudge theory. You're just kind of nudging your way into how you want to act. And I think digital detox, we all say that that's kind of the best thing, but it's so hard to sustain because we live and work in the digital age. So it's kind of doing strategies that are a lot more doable and more creative uses of technology rather than just kind of...
We've got to live with it. It's here.
That's right.
Good on you. Thank you. Fascinating. Coming up...